Alright, what is up YouTube? I'm back with a video. I know I haven't uploaded a video in a long time. The only reason for this is I had been stuck without my computer for a while. I've had a computer, but I didn't want to use that one because then I would have given you guys a different type of quality where I wouldn't have been, if it was better quality, I wouldn't have been able to promise that I'd be able to keep that quality up. But yeah, as I said, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to post any videos for a long time. I have a lot of videos I want to upload, but one of the videos I want to make really special and animate it and everything like that, but in order to do that I have to find someone who can animate. I have a couple of HearthStone videos. I have a video where I tried to prank my friend. That didn't really go too well, so it's pretty bad, but yeah, I'll still upload it because I don't know, you guys might like it, so yeah. But I'm guessing most of the people who are here today, I just came here because of the title of the video, because I've said how to get better at HearthStone and everything like that. So without further ado, I'll get to that. So first things first, one of the main things you want to know about Hearthstone is a lot of people will say it's mainly RNG, and if you don't know what RNG is, it's a random number generator. So pretty much what that means is most of the cards, it's just based on luck pretty much. So that's what people will say, but overall you can say that it's 50% luck, 50% skill. So yeah, because of the draw, that'll be luck, and then yeah, skill, because you might not know what you're doing with the cards and might know what you're doing with the cards. But yeah, one of the things I want to say first is number one thing you want to know about your cards is what not to use and what to use. So what you want to use are cards which have like a decent ability or a decent damage. You never want to use something like the Tundra Rhino. I don't really like that. It gives your beast charge, but I would only put one in my deck because it's only 2/5 for a 5 gem. It gives all your beasts charge, which yeah is good because you're a hunter. You should have beasts in your deck. But overall, I don't play hunter so much. So as you can see here, I've only got one hunter. But yeah, I've only been doing stuff like that. Yeah. And it's the same for the Elven Archer. I would never use that. You only use that if you're pretty much just starting off with the game and don't have too many cards. It's a great card to start off with because it's a 1/1/1 and you've got the battlecry that deals 1 damage. So if you get that straight away at the start of the game, you've got like the best hand then, haven't you? Well, if you're going up against another person who's newbie. So it's all these stuff what come into play, like the gems. So always look at the gem, and if the gem has if the gems say like for the South Sea deckhand, it's a 1 gem for a 2/1. That's really good. It's the same for a Murloc. That's a 1 gem 2/1. But for the South Sea deckhand, it gives you a charge while you have a weapon equipped. So that's a perfect card to have in a warrior or paladin deck, maybe even hunter, but I wouldn't exactly put it in a hunter's deck. One more thing I want to mention before I actually get proper into all this stuff is I'm not the best Hearthstone player. As soon as I upload some Hearthstone videos, you will notice that I am not the best Hearthstone player and I have to turn off my fan. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, and I'll show you my quest log so you can just get a feel of how bad I am. But I do know my way around like a couple of the stuff, so yeah, that's why I'm doing this video, because I understand that quite a few people won't know what to do. And so my total level is 184. It's not that good, it's not that bad. Total wins in arena 3. I don't play arena, so yeah, I just go straight away and buy some cards because I feel pretty lucky sometimes, and then I get tons of shit cards. I don't know why I clicked play. my collection. So going back to the collection, the stuff where you going back to the minions and everything. So I'll go back to neutral. So like I was saying, you do not want exactly a card where it's the gem is higher than the damage or higher than the health. If it's higher than the health and damage and has no buff, instantly do not use that card. So the Wisp, this is a great card, but it's a 0 gem, so why wouldn't you want to use it in a hand? Well, why wouldn't you want to use it in a deck? You would want to use it, is the point, and you wouldn't want to use it. So it's a 50-50 that you would and you wouldn't, if that makes any sense. So pretty much what it is, you would want to use this if you're pretty newbie and you don't have much cards. If you don't have like any legendaries as such, then you want to use it. Or if you think that you have like really bad luck and you're gonna get like really bad a really bad starting hand, so just put that in there to get you the best start. But yeah, like I was already saying before this as well, the Murlocs are a great thing to have because, I'm sorry, my throat is like really hot and like burning in there. I think I have to have a drink. But yeah, the Murlocs are great because they all work really well together. So you'll pretty much always find a Warlock or someone just playing a Murloc deck. Like for my Warlock, it's a Murloc deck. Feel free to copy it if you want to. It's not exactly the best deck, but I always like to keep a sack. I always like to keep a sack pack in there, a sacrificial pact. But yeah, I have all the Murlocs. So I got the old Murloc legendary, which is a great card because it's a 4/2/4. Which might not, it would not be good if not for the if not for the buff it got. So the charge and has a +1 attack for each other Murloc on the battlefield. So in a way, it's the equivalent to about 3 of the, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. I'll find it eventually. 3 of, I can't remember what it's called, but it's 3 of a certain Murloc, and oh, there it is, Murloc Tidecaller. So whenever a Murloc is summoned, gain +1 attack, and it's a 1/1/2. So it's a great card to put on down early stage if you have a Murloc in your hand. If not, then I would save it for a little bit later in the game when you have a couple more Murlocs in your hand, because all the Murlocs are really low gems, so you can get really high damage in a slow amount of in a fast amount of time. Like for me, a example was I had a really good hand, and I think I got the old Murloc, the Bluegill Warrior, a Void Walker, and I think a Murloc Raider in my hand, so I was able to get at least like 17 damage around about round 4, because I was also getting a lot of other Murlocs, like the Murloc War Leader, as you see here and everything, where it gives you all the other Murlocs have +2/1 and +2 and 1. But yeah, for the old Murloc, the reason I class it as a 3 of the Murloc Tidecallers is because it's high damage, I guess. Has a charge, so that's acting as a completely different thing as its own. So you might as well say 3 Murloc Tidecallers and a Bluegill Warrior. So there's that, and then it also has the +1 attack for each other Murloc on the battlefield. But then the Murloc Tidecaller has whenever a Murloc is summoned. So it isn't if a Murloc is summoned is already on the field that it gets it. It's if a Murloc is summoned. So it has to be after that. So remember, if you're going to play a Murloc Tidecaller, make sure you play that first and then play a Murloc after that. And the old Murloc, it doesn't matter what way you play it, unless you're going to get like a buff or something from like a different character. Like, I I can't remember what they're called. That's like an Iron Dwarf or something, and it like you play it, and then it ends up oh, there it is. Dark Iron Dwarf. It's a battle cry, and it gives a minion +2 attack that turn. It's a great card because it's a 4/4/4, and so it's evenly spread out with all the stuff. It's like the Chillwind Yeti. It's 4/4/5, and if you were playing a priest, you could buff this to like crazy, or even if you were playing a warrior or something like that, you can buff it like crazy, and it just becomes a great card in the game. So yeah, I think that's about the enough of what you need to know about like the damage and everything. To be completely fair, I can't remember all of what I said, but yeah, that's pretty much all of what you'll need to know about the damage. So we're saying about the damage and health and everything, so the health is just pretty much the same. You want it almost the equivalent to the damage, but if it's like the Wolf Raider right here, it's still a pretty good card, because it's like a you're just suicide bombing with it, because it's just 3/3/1. It's not that bad, and it's got a charge, so it can just run straight in and deal some damage to the face or a minion. So overall, you can put that in your hand, and that could win you the game. But yeah, going off the subject of the damage, let's go on to the subject of buffs and the sort of things like what you'll get, like the battle cries and the little sort of like stats you get, like while summoning them in. So Divine Shield, you can just scroll over and find out what they are. The first time this minion takes damage, ignore it. So it's an Argent Squire 1/1/1. It's a great card to play, and it always fucks me over if someone plays it, because I know someone will play it and then just taunt it, and then it just becomes one of those units you have to attack, or else it's going to become the most annoying unit you'll ever see. Because it's even like the Wisp. I've seen people play that, and then it gets buffed to like, I don't even know, it's like 10 damage or something, and then that ends up making them, the opponent, win the game, and it's just insane. All cards in a way are all good, except for, I don't know, some cards are bad, but yeah. But yeah, buffs again. Battle cries, obviously, as soon as you've summoned it in, it does something, blah blah blah, taunt, people have to go straight to this. It's pretty self-explanatory, so all you really need to know is which one's good and which one's not. So going back to the South Sea deckhand, it has a charge while you have a weapon equipped. This is a great card to play because of how early the damage you can get. It's a 2/1, and I think there's actually a warrior thing where you can get a weapon in for, I think, 1 gem or maybe even 0 gem. I can't remember. But it's still a great card. And there's also a pirate where you can get the weapons damage like added as a buff, and that's also a great card. And then going down to cards like the Fleshling Ghoul, I would like to think this is a great card, especially if you're playing a priest, because whenever a minion dies, gain +1 attack. This isn't just going for friendly minions, this is going for enemy minions too. So you're going to gain +1 attack if you're just killing the enemy minions. So say if they had a full field and you somehow killed them, like if you were paladin and you just consecrated because they had warlocks or something, they had murlocs or something, you would get a ton of damage just from that, and then you would just have like almost a win, because I think you can play like 7, maybe 9 on a field. I can't remember. I haven't played HearthStone in quite a while. But yeah, you would end up getting like 7 or 9 damage, which is almost 10. That's 10 or 11. That's 9 or 11 damage. Sorry, I'm pretty bad at maths. But yeah, that's... I hear a ton of people talking shit about flesh-eating ghoul, and I'm just thinking, but why? It looks like such a great card. And the only reason I think that they talk shit about it is because it takes quite a while to get this buff going, because people automatically see it and they're like, oh, I'm going to kill that. Because obviously it's going to be getting buffed quite a lot. And then I want to show you one card which you may think is amazing, but I wouldn't exactly suggest it. The Gurubashi Berserker. Whenever this minion takes damage, gain +3 attack. It's a 5/2/7. It's an amazing cost. Just for 5 gems, you can get 2 and a 7 health. As I was just saying, it's amazing. But the only problem with it is if you don't have a taunt, or they don't have any minions on the field, it's just becoming a waste of a 5 gem. Because no one's going to attack it unless they can get the full 7 damage on it that round. No one's going to attack it. So I don't exactly suggest playing this card. But as I was just saying, it is an amazing card, so I don't know. Maybe if you could play a Frostwolf Warlord with a Gurubashi, then yeah, that would become pretty good. But other than that, I wouldn't exactly suggest it, because the Frostwolf, you could get that a taunt, and the Gurubashi a taunt, like the round afterwards, because you know you get more damage on him, and yeah. And I think there is a taunt which gives you like +2 or something. I can't remember most of the cards, but yeah. Oh, and here's a perfect card, which is a card which you will rack your brains for ages thinking, should I play it, should I not? Because it's the Arcane Golem. It's a 3/4/2. It's amazing, as I say for a lot of cards. But yeah, it's a charge, but the battle cry is give your opponent a mana crystal. Obviously the mana crystal is your little gems, what you have here, so obviously you don't want to do this unless they are at 10 gems already. So I would suggest play this at a later part of the game, or if you have such a great hand and you just have you have a gut feeling that the enemy has the shittiest hand in the world, then play it early game. But other than that, just don't play it unless it's late game. So after that's being said, I want to say something about this. The Nurubi, I can't say it. This egg. The death rattle is a summon of 4/4, and that's just saying that you're getting a 2 gem 4/4, which is amazing. Well, actually, it's like saying you're getting a 2 gem 4/6, because there's a 2 health on this, obviously. And you can even buff it so that any stuff, you can buff it so you can do damage, more damage and stuff like that. Because obviously it got 0 damage, so yeah. And then if the Nerubian egg was to like, if you had a Crazed Alchemist and a Nerubian egg, they are the best combination. Let me show you a Crazed Alchemist, if I have one. I do not have one. I sell them quite a lot. But the Crazed Alchemist is battlecry, swap the attack and health of the minion. I've got to take some of my drink here. But yeah, the battlecry is a swap attack and the health of a minion. You're probably like, well, how's this going to do any good with the Nerubian egg? Well, obviously the Nerubian egg is a 0/2, so if you're swapping the attack, which is a 0, with the health, which is a 2, the 2 health is going to the 2 damage. The 0 health is going to kill it. So there you go, you've just stuck down 2 cards, and you've just got yourself pretty much a 6/6. Because the Crazed Alchemist is a 2/2 by itself, and then you're getting a summon a 4/4. So it's a pretty good combination if you ask me, but I don't have any crazed alchemists because I never really want to use them. And oh my god. This is the angry chicken. Yeah, you're probably looking at it and you're like, what a terrible card, why did they even bother putting in Enrage plus 5 attack? If you don't know what Enrage is pretty simple to understand. As soon as you've been hit, then you receive the Enrage buff. So pretty much what it is you're getting a 1, 1, 1 and then you're dead. Because you're not going to be able to attack it, and then you're not going to be able to get anything to attack it, and then it's be able to receive a 5 attack. Even if you were to put a Divine Shield on it, it wouldn't work because it's not actually receiving any damage. So what you want, the only way to actually play this card is if you were to manage to, say, hit the Wisp whilst having, I don't know, the buff of I don't know. I can't remember any cards that buff your health, but there are cards that buff your health. So you can buff your health like 2 and get it up to 3, attack a Wisp, and there you go. You've just got you now have a 6/2 for 1 gem, which is amazing. I'm not gonna say amazing again. It's really good, but a lot of people will argue that it's not a good card to have in your deck. Whilst I would say if I had it, I would probably just stick it in the deck just for the fact that it's funny as hell. So yeah, if you manage to get a kill with that, then I will be thoroughly impressed with you. But yeah, you could probably get a kill with the Angry Chicken if you were to put it with maybe a warrior. I don't know. Because well, no, if you were to put it with a paladin, because they end up having the double your attack damage. So go with a 6, double the attack damage, and then it's 12, double it again, 24, and you've pretty much won the game with that. So there's the Angry Chicken. So buffs aren't exactly all too much for you to need to know. The adjacent minions have +1 attack. And here's that card I was on about earlier, where it's a battlecry, gain the attack gain the attack equal to the attack of your weapon. So you don't automatically lose that 2 damage you've got there. That plus on with so say I had the Arcanite Reaper. I am on my Warlock. So say you had the Arcanite Reaper, it's a 5/5/2, so the 2 is just durability, so weapons don't exactly that much matter. I just go with what everyone has the highest damage. That's my play. Not exactly the best play, but yeah. The Arcanite Reaper has a 5/2, so pretty much what you would then do is you would end up getting a 7 damage for that card. But you have to make sure the weapon's played before you end up playing the card, so yeah. So out of that, going off of like actual minions and such like that, we'll go to sort of stuff where it can buff your characters and heal you and so on. So I'm going to the Druid because it's a prime example of how good the buffs up can be for your characters. So all these is what I'm on about, like buffs, spells, etc, etc. Oh god, I'm sorry, I've got like a cold or something, and I keep putting my fan on, and I'm stupid because of that. So things like Innovate, Moonfire, all these cards right here are all I almost said that word again. All these cards right here are all really good. Innovate, gain 2 mana crystals this turn only, but it's 0 gems, so you're not paying anything to get 2 mana crystals. And say you got 2 innovates, and you even got the coin, so you've then got 6 gems to use in the first round, if you were to get the innovate in the first 2 rounds. Well, in the first 1 round, then yeah. and then you'd be able to play something high. I don't know. In here you've got the Starfire or the Druid of the Claw. I don't know. I saved mine for the Iron Bark Protector. I went for like 3rd round and ended up getting it, and the person just conceded because they were just automatically like, wow, what the fuck, Druid's OP. Which I don't blame them, because I think Druid's pretty OP. I don't normally play them, even though I have a Druid right here, but yeah, shut up. But yeah, going back onto what I was just saying, spells and everything are amazing. Oh, god damn it. But Healing Touch, really good. Restore 8 health for 3 gems. Who doesn't want that card? Come on, you always need health, so why would you not want that card in your hand? Perfect reason you always want that card in your hand. So yeah, just stick at least 1 or 2 of them in your hand. I don't even care what you guys say. Oh, I want this card, I want that card. I don't care. Put this card in your deck, and you won't die for a long time. Make sure you're always using it, like when you're almost about to die, though, because if not, then you will probably just waste it. Moonfire, I wouldn't. I don't know if I would suggest putting more than 1 in your deck unless you have something to buff your spell power, like Malagos. I don't have a Malagos, but go to crafting. The spell damage is +5, and it's a legendary, so good luck getting it. If you have it, then props to you, because I fucking hate you. I really want a Malagos. But yeah, the spell damage goes up +5, and if you just don't understand it, then fine, simple. I'm gonna tell the truth. I didn't really understand it. I was just like, what the fuck, spell damage? It's not doing fuck all. Because I weren't using it right, so yeah. But the spell damage will just make that Moonfire, because it was a 1 damage for a 0 gem, which it is really good. But then it will +5 onto it, so then it's a 6 damage. So, you know, 0 gems for 6 damage. Who doesn't want that? So, if you can, try and put a Malagos in your Druid deck. If you can. But yeah. I thought I'd turn you off. Go. And going to something like Claw, or Mark of the Wild, or Power of the Wild. All 3 of these are all really good. I pretty much always go for on the Power of the Wild if I have put it in my deck. I don't normally put it in my deck, but yeah, you know. I normally always go for the 3/2 because +1/1 is pretty much useless. Give a minion taunt, a +2/2 as well, so that's really good. Stick that on the Angry Chicken. There you go. You've just got yourself an Angry Chicken, which is at 3/3. As soon as you've attacked something and you still live, you just gained yourself, I think it's an 8/3, not an 8/3, an 8/2, because I doubt your attacks are more than 1 health, more than 1 damage on you. But yeah, then you've got an 8/2, and it's just amazing. But yeah, then we go to Claw and give your hero +2 attack and 2 armor. So the 2 armor is like a divine shield, but obviously you don't ignore the entire health, you just ignore 2 damage. So yeah, it's really good because it's just 1 gem for 2 attack, and you might as well say it's 1 gem for 2 attack and 2 health. So yeah, you just went up for 2 more health, so 32 health and 2 damage. So yeah. Going to Wild Growth, you're probably like, 2 gems for an empty mana crystal, but it's really good, because I wouldn't exactly suggest putting more than 1 in your deck, but I would suggest putting 1 in your deck at least, because then, you know, if you start out second, then you've then automatically got the exact same amount of mana crystals as the starting person would have. So then that puts them in a sort of bind of where they're like, oh god, now they're gonna have cards which they can play, which can fuck me over a lot more, because you're a druid. You have some pretty beastly cards, if I do say so myself. Iron Bar Protector, Ancient of War, choose one of 5 attack or 5 health, and you're getting a taunt if you get 5 health. So you know you got some pretty beastly cards. So yeah, I would suggest putting at least one of them in. So spells I've already said about. I don't really know much more of what there is to talk about. I guess next thing you'd need to know is when you want to place a card or not. So I guess to show this, I would actually have to go into a game. I'll play my Warlock just for the fact that it's easy to play the Murloc deck. And I'll be able to tell you if this is a good hand, if this is not a good hand, blah blah blah. So yeah, I have no idea how long this video has gone on for. I have no timer or anything. So yeah. At the moment, I'm suggesting it's went on for at least 20 odd minutes, or probably longer. So, yeah. You get an extra card. This is pretty good to hand. I wouldn't keep the Shadow Bolt because I doubt that you're gonna need the 4 damage early game. Murloc Tide Hunter, the Cold Light Seer. I'm questioning keeping that because it's got the give all other Murlocs +2 health. So I know 1/1 Murloc. I'm keeping these 2 for definite. Yeah, why not? I'll keep them. And now I have a Corruption. See, it's not all that good of a card because you could be dead by the time you've used it on a minion. Always say greetings. I'm just going to corrupt it because why not? It's a card where I'm going to hate it eventually. So at the moment, it's looking pretty strong for me. Well, with my hand and all, but with the damage what he's just done, that's gonna probably fuck me over at some point. And if there's any kids who are watching this or anything, just excuse my language or anything. Yeah, there we go. I just got my damage. I just got 3 damage in the exact same amount as what he's done to me, and I could still get 4 more damage. And there's not much more of what he could do to me except for if he places an explosive shot, and I will hate him if he does. But I wouldn't exactly hate him all that much because I could play a card like Seer and then, and then, yeah. The Godlike Seer would save them because I believe the explosive trap is a 2 damage onto all enemies on the enemy's field. So yeah, I would just make him like pretty much an average Murloc. Oh god, I always do this. I always I always notice that. Yeah, see, that's probably it's probably that. So I'm just going to do this and explosive trap like I thought. So there you go. And at the moment I'm winning because I've got the most on the field. I've got the most damage. Well, yeah, I've got the most damage obviously, but the most health as well. And I've also got these 3 cards which are all amazing. Oh my god. That's a move you do not want to make. Do not attack the one which has the 3 damage because you'd rather go for the one which is the 1/1 since, it's the one giving the actual buff. So, yeah. The Cold Light Seer would only... It's a battlecry, so if you killed that, the health buff wouldn't go away or anything. I'll do this, and ta-da, now I have a lot of damage. And so this is why I like to play a Murloc deck. I'm at 4 gems. He's at 5. I've already dealt 17 damage to him. He's at a point of where he's like, oh god, what am I going to do? So I'm just going to soulfire him. I always get like some amazing cards. I should have really played that card before, but I've pretty much won, so just BM. And if you don't know what BM means, it means bad mana, so you just pretty much do everything you can. Well played, even though you didn't exactly play really good, but as you can see, Hearthstone is a lot about RNG, because if you just saw that, I'm guessing he got like a really bad hand and I got like an amazing hand because I got my Murlocs really early game, and I went up against a guy who didn't really know what he was doing and everything. So that's really what casual is about. But then if you played ranked, which I hate so much because it ends up becoming so competitive and it's just really hard to play. So there was me playing my Warlock Murloc deck, and I'm guessing some people see me with the Miracle Rogue and you'll probably be like, oh, what's in your Miracle Rogue deck? So I'll show you what's in my Miracle Rogue deck. It's just a standard Miracle Rogue. I didn't make it myself or anything. I think I added like a different thing to the casual thing or something, I don't know. But you've got the Azure Drake because you want the spell damage, and I don't have the Blood Mage Falnos because I just plain can't get that at the moment because I haven't got any other legendaries. I got the Leroy Jenkins, which I hate that they nerfed him because it's not like it was anything like too crazy. It's like they said, oh, we're going to nerf Leverage because Miracle Rogue is insane, and then it's the fact that I've seen people with priest decks just instantly kill you at like really low rounds and everything. So this is me saying goodbye. This is pretty much all you need to know. You need to know about the damage, like if the damage is if the minion has like no buff or anything, like no stat, like say the oh god, I haven't got much minions. Say if the SI7 agent didn't have the combo of the deal 2 damage, I probably wouldn't use it because it's a 3/3. I just probably wouldn't use it. If it had like a 5 damage, then yeah, sure, I would use that instantly. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all you need to know. Like Leroy Jenkins, 5 gems, 6 damage. But then there's things where it's like it might not have any buffs and it might have like lower damage than its actual gem, so you never want to use that. So I'm guessing I've done all I can. If there's anything else you want to know, leave a comment. Please like the video, subscribe if you want to see more of these videos or anything. I'll try and upload a lot more regularly, now. And if there's any animators or anyone who can like just plain old draw on the computer, please contact me, and I would like you to help me out with this special video I really want to do. But that's about it. Goodbye YouTube, have a nice day, and yeah, goodbye.